It's Ash from SuperVideos back for another live stream Q&A video. This is going to be Q&A number 141 for season 9 episode 13 of The Walking Dead, called, what is it called? Choke Point. That's the one. We don't have to only talk about episode 13. We can talk about anything, but I'm sure the majority of our discussion and the questions are going to be related to the upcoming episode, episode 13. So with that said, let me just move a few things around here so I can see what's going on. All right, so with that said, let's jump into the comments on the chat, or the questions on the chat. NoahJink75, hey Ash, how's your Friday going? My Friday is going pretty well, thank you. How about yourself? Oh, what happened there? There we go. And yeah, next, NoahJink75, Q&A. With snow coming in the finale, which community do you think is most prepared for the upcoming blizzard? That's a great question. I would say not Kingdom, because they're already not doing well. It's between Alexandria and Hilltop. I'm leaning more towards Alexandria at this point. Hilltop is getting it rough because they just lost their leader, and Maggie's not back. So because of that, I would say Alexandria. But because of how selfish Michonne is being recently, they might be doing well, but they might kind of be isolated a little bit, which is also a problem. Giuseppe De Rosa, Yoash, how are you? Glad you could join. Giuseppe, NoahJink75, I think the Kingdom wouldn't be able to handle the upcoming blizzard because their infrastructure is falling apart. Absolutely. They are low on supplies. They said that over and over again. So yeah, I would say they're the ones that are going to find it the most difficult. Giuseppe De Rosa, I haven't been able to join the live streamers on Friday due to church. No problem. Glad you could join. Oh, and by the way, let me see, I can't do that from here. How I'm gonna do that? Let's see. Yeah, let's just do this. Just give me one sec, guys, because I do want to copy a link here. So for those of you that have kind of been, what's going on here? For those of you that have been in the loop in terms of what we're doing on the channel and some of the, not changes, but some of the things that we've added, there is a new merch store for the channel that I will leave a link to right now. Just give me a few minutes here. And you have until tomorrow, I believe, because I set up this promotion thing for this week and it ends tomorrow. But I'll leave a link to it right here. So if you go there, you can see the merch that we have, and you have until tomorrow to get 35% off on any merchandise that you're going to purchase if you use this promo code. And I'm going to leave that here as well. Oh, that was supposed to be with it. So if you use that promo code until tomorrow, you will get 35% discount. So go check it out. See if you're interested in purchasing any of those, and definitely use the promo code when you're checking out. So that way you'll get the 35% discount on that. And it's not just channel merch, it's channel merch, Walking Dead related merch, and also just zombie related merch as well. So with that said, let's jump back into the questions. NoahJink75 Q&A in 913, how much will Alpha be seen? I think we'll see more of Beta than Alpha, but I do believe at the beginning specifically, we will see a little bit of Alpha. I don't think we'll see none. Like, I don't think we won't see any Alpha. I think we will see a little bit of Alpha, but I do believe we will see more of what happened. There we go. We will see more of Beta than Alpha. Novajink75, I say Alpha will be seen in like the first couple of minutes, giving the orders to Beta and his group of Whisperers to hunt Daryl, Henry, Lydia, and Connie down. Yeah, I think so as well. I think that's a pretty safe bet. Novajink75, I don't know why Alpha wants Beta to get Lydia back. Alpha was willing to let Beta kill Lydia as well if she didn't kill Henry, so why does Alpha want her back? That's an interesting question. That means we have to dig deep in Alpha's philosophy and her mindset, and I don't think any of us can do that because she's just a beast on her own. Giuseppe, there is a Beta versus Rick. Beta would go all the way. I mean, even Beta and Daryl, Beta is going to take Daryl down, no problem. NoahJink75, Q&A, how do you see the Daryl-Beta fight ending? For me, it seems like they can't have Beta lose because he would look weak. Maybe he fights or the fight ends with Daryl knocking Beta down a flight of stairs. That's possible. Also, the prediction that I made is maybe Connie, Daryl, and Henry are able to, fight off all the other Whisperers, and they sent a herd of Whisperer or Walkers towards the area or the floor where Daryl is fighting Beta. Daryl makes it out just in time, but maybe Beta is surrounded and we don't see what happens to him. Maybe that'll be a cliffhanger, but he'll make it out alive after that. I think that's the only way they could logically make it make sense and make us see that, that I could see why Daryl escapes and I could see why Beta escapes, but I could see why Beta doesn't kill Daryl at that point. You know what I mean? But your ideas, it could work as well. Negan's Mayo Sandwich. Do you think when Gabriel said no, who do we turn to when we need help? Do you think that this is foreshadowing some Negan comic stuff? It could. That I didn't think of it that way, but it could definitely hint at that. The way I read it is, he was just saying, if we were in the same situation, we would expect Kingdom to come to help. So we should do the same for them. That's just how I read it. But it could definitely be foreshadowing to Negan stuff from the comics, to some Negan stuff. The way you're explaining it. Or the way you mentioned. NoahJink75, the only way I can see Daryl escaping Beta is either being helped or knocking him down some stairs or whatever. Yeah, I think so. If there's no interruptions, then Daryl's not going to escape. He's not going to make it out alive. Negan's, did I read that? Yeah, I did read that. I am here. NoahJink75, if Daryl and co make it out alive, if Daryl and company make it out in 913, where would they go? Can't go to Hilltop, so maybe they go to Kingdom or Alexandria. That's a great question. I think their first instinct would be to go to Kingdom. But guess what? Because Daryl knows that Lydia or Henry talked to Lydia about the Kingdom, and he doesn't necessarily know if Lydia told them, and maybe Lydia lies if they ask her or she says anything. So their first instinct would be to go to Alexandria after Kingdom, because Daryl, I don't think he would risk it, because they could go to Kingdom, but what if Lydia told Alpha about the Kingdom, and even though she might say she didn't do it, they wouldn't really, they don't know if they should trust her. So I think Alexandria would be a safe bet. Negan's mail sandwich. What if Beta is about to kill Daryl? Then we hear Negan whistling and he says, well, it ain't Mr. Jolly Green. I don't see how that would work though, because Negan is in his cell, right? It would have, like, they would have to trust Negan real quick and let him out real quick, and he gets there real quick, or knows about anything like that happening. So I think it's far-fetched. It'll be cool, but at this point, I think we shouldn't hold our hopes high for that to happen. I want that to happen. I would love that, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Noah Jink 75 Q&A. What do you think of Connie as a character right now? I think it's cool that they're using a character like Connie in the conflict with the Whisperers. Yeah, I think I'm interested to know more about her backstory as well, but I want her to do interesting stuff. Her helping Daryl is definitely one of those interesting things. So I'm not loving, but I like what they're doing with her, and I'm interested to see more of that. And a bit more reveals for her backstory. Not like a backstory related episode, like a bottle episode of her. Not like that. But just through conversations or maybe some flashbacks. Her backstory a little bit. Nova Jinx 75. Do you think Lydia or Henry being captured by the Whisperers? I don't, because it wouldn't make much sense as Alpha is set on killing them both, judging from 9/12. Yeah, at this point, not only that, but it's repetitive. Like, it's a back and forth over and over again, you know? So at this point, I don't think it's a good idea to have Lydia or Henry go back to the Whisperers again, or them being captured again. So yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. I'm just gonna put the link here again to the, because I think, wait. Yeah, that's the link, just in case. Let me make sure it works. I think it works. Nope, wrong link. Give me a sec, then. Let me find the right link. Let me remove this because it's the wrong link. Oop. This should take me to my home. There we go. So that's the link that you can use if you are interested in buying some of the merch. And the promo code again is SuperV19. During checkout, you can put the promo code and get 35% off. But check it out to see if you're interested in any of that. Let's go back to the questions again. NoMagic75, how badly injured will Daryl be after the fight with Beta? I hope he gets some nasty bruises and scrapes. Yeah, I think so. I would love him to get like a injury, so like maybe like, let me see. What would be realistic but heal, like something he can heal from? Maybe he dislocates his shoulder and they have to get him back to Hilltop or wherever, and maybe Siddiq or another doctor should help. Siddiq is at Alexandria right now. Don't know why that came out weird. But Siddiq is at Alexandria, so they could go to Alexandria, and if Daryl is injured, maybe a dislocated shoulder or something, then Siddiq could help him. That could definitely work. NoahJink75, as much as I like Daryl, I hope Beta kicks his ass, because I feel like Daryl has won almost every one-on-one fight he's been on or in. Someone needs to overpower him, and who better to do it than Beta? Absolutely agree with you. And it'll be pretty epic to see that. And again, I don't hate Daryl. It's just that it would be cool to see someone beat him for once. Noah Jink 75. Ryan Hurst said that the Daryl Beta fight is 3 pages long, and hopefully it's not like Rick versus Negan where they both come out unscathed and not damaged at all. Yeah, that was definitely underwhelming and weak. I hope they give us something better for this fight. I have high hopes. And yeah, I did hear that he said it's 3 pages. I did a video talking about that interview actually. But yeah, I did hear that. Negan's Mayo Sandwich. I think at the end of 913, then in 915 we will see Alpha infiltrate the fair and head on Pikes. Then 916 I think will be more comic stuff of what happens after the Pikes. I don't think that's going to be in 913. That's a little bit too early for that. 915, yeah, I could see that. Noah Jink 75. Q&A, where will Daryl, Henry, Lydia, and Connie be while Daryl and Beta are fighting? I think they're going to be on different floors, dealing with more walkers and more whisperers. Probably that's how it's going to go. I think they're all going to be in the same building. Or maybe not. I mean, if Daryl is smart, he would have them be in other buildings so that, you know, he's having them preoccupied in one building and he tries to kill them while the others are safe in other buildings. So it could be other building. It could be another building. But if it's the same building, that's probably another floor or something. Or it could be something else. Like what you said makes me, or gets me thinking. You say, I have a feeling, Noah Jink 75 says, I have a feeling that Henry's going to be with Lydia and Connie will be in the next room to them. So that's a good point. I think what we could see is Henry and Lydia be in another building and Daryl and Connie are there trying to get rid of the Whisperers. We could see something like that. Negan's Mayo Sandwich. I think at the end of 916 we will see everybody chanting Rick Grimes. Then we see Negan say attaboy like in the comics. Well, in the comics it works. In the show it doesn't because Rick is not alive. So, or alive. But they could be chanting Michonne or something else. And we could see that attaboy from Negan, definitely. Or something like that. Noah Jink 75. I like how in one of the sneak peeks where Daryl is shooting walkers from the balcony, Beta looks scared and he's trying to quickly get out of Daryl's crosshairs. Yeah, absolutely. I did a discussion on that sneak peek. That was epic. I think that was epic. There's a moment that if you pay attention to Ryan Hurst's performance and his facial expression and the way he moves, it's like, what have I got myself into? Like, what the hell do I do now? You know what I mean? So, I agree with you 100% on that. Animated Alex. Sup, man? How are you? Glad you could join us, Animated Alex. Noah Jink 75. Q&A, what do you think these highwaymen are going to do in 913? They're pirates who are trying to extort the kingdom. So how are they going to handle them? Kill them all? I think their strategy will be to get them trapped. To send walkers in, however way. Not like the Whispers, but send walkers, send a herd, and trap them. Not let them pass. I think that's going to be their strategy. I don't think they're going to want to kill them all because that defeats their purpose. If they just kill them all, then it's a sign of war, you know? But this way, it is like a ransom again. Like, you're not going to cross safely unless you pay us what we need. Animated Alex, do you think Dog or Connie will have or save Daryl in the fight? I think it'll be both in a way. I talked about that before. Like, I think they're gonna trap Beta somehow with walkers and save Daryl somehow. I think it'll play out something they're going to confront them instead of Ezekiel. Yeah, they did say that in the sneak peek. But if they are, I don't think they're actually from the group. These survivors, I don't think they're from the communities. They might have been from the communities before, but I think they might have broken off and done their own thing. That's why I think we might recognize some of them if they reveal them, but probably not most of them. Watch them be Oceanside. Just a mind kind of, your mind is going to blow as a fan if they're Oceanside who are the Highwaymen. You'll be like, really? You know what I mean? They could like shock us all and have that be the case though. Twister HD, hey man, good to see you, Twister HD. Negan's me a sandwich, do you think we'll see the communities fighting like in the comics after the pikes, like people pinching each other? Wait, what? Communities fighting like in the comics after the pikes, like people pinching each other. Not sure what you mean by that. There's going to be a conflict or a fight after, but not between the communities. I think the event with the pikes is going to bring the communities together more than, you know, push them apart. Or punching. Oh, you mean an internal conflict. Yeah, we did have a little bit of that. I think they don't need to do it. They already did it once earlier on in the season with the Saviors, so I don't think they need to do that. Noah Jing 75. From some of the promo pictures, we see Tara leading some hilltoppers to the fair, and we see Tammy Rose, which is very interesting. Wink, wink. Yeah, I got what you mean. Wink, wink. Yeah, I think they're setting that up pretty much to the T. Negan's man, and if you watch my prediction for the next episode, I do talk about a little longer term prediction that I think might happen. Not to go into too much comic stuff, but this is how they can integrate the Highwaymen story with the Whisperer story. Think of it. The Highwaymen are blocking the nearby roads to get to the kingdom. So at some point, that's going to force survivors trying to get to the fair or to the kingdom to use alternative roads. These alternative roads might be further out from where the kingdom is. It might get them there eventually, but it's going to be, you know, further out. If they go to those places or, you know, walk those roads to get to the kingdom, there is a chance that they could be found by Whisperers and they could be captured by Whisperers and story. So that could very well be what they're doing. That's clever, I think. I could be completely wrong about this prediction, but I think there's a chance that this might be what they're thinking. Animated Alex, how the hell did the walkers not see Lydia when they were attacking? How did the walkers not see Lydia when they were attacking? Which walkers? From the when they attacked the Whisperers camp? I think Daryl and Connie led the walkers there, and Connie, I think, said Lydia. So that Lydia would turn around, she would be distracted so that she wouldn't go ahead and kill Henry, but also to create chaos. I'm not sure if that's what you're asking about, but I think that's close enough. Let me clean my glasses here and then get back to the questions. Negan's mayo sandwich. Oh wait, I missed one. Animated Alex. Would you rather live with the garbage community or the Whisperers? The garbage community all the way. The Whisperers, with the garbage people, all you have to do is just act weird and talk weird. And be dirty. But with the Whisperers, it's an entirely different philosophy and mindset and way of living. So probably the garbage community. Negan's made a sandwich. Oh, by the way, the latest comic issue came out this week. I haven't had a chance to read it. I'll read it and do a review on it probably tomorrow. So don't spoil it for me. I haven't read it yet. I wanted to say that first at the beginning, but I forgot. Negan's made a sandwich because I think everybody was fighting. Then Rick shot a gun in the air and said whoever throws another punch gets put into ground. I remember that after the Pikes in the comics. Yeah, but that they did that earlier. Remember when the Saviors were fighting the survivors? Rick came in with the horse, shots fired, and then he said, you know, stop it or whatever he said. I think that was a remixed version of that. So they brought that in a little bit earlier. NoahG75, Q&A about where are Luke and Alden? I thought the Symphony of Awesome was supposed to be performing at the fair. Because if they aren't, then that messes up my prediction. I think either one or both of them are going to die. I'm not pessimistic, or I'm pessimistic about their survival. I don't think they will survive this season. Not both, at least. Maybe one. Animated Alex because she was not wearing a mask. Who was not wearing a mask? Not sure who you're talking about. And smell. Not sure who you're talking about there, Animated Alex. NoahG75, do you think we'll see Henry kill a Whisperer or 2 in 913? I hope, but I don't think so. NoahG75, do you think of the characters... Wait, what do you think of the character status of Henry? Since 906, 6-year time jump, he has appeared in every episode up to now. He's gotten so much screen time compared to season 7 and 8. Yeah. The actor is good. The character is still a little annoying. I hope they fix that a little bit. But he's there for the story, for the plot. And the only reason he's got this much screen time is because he's central to this part of the story with the Whispers and their introduction. And because they killed off Carl, they couldn't do that, you know? And that was going to change a lot of the story. That's why they just picked the next best thing, who's Henry, and gave him all of Carl's story. But think about it. If Carl was still alive, he would be getting all of this. And he would be in like every episode, you know? So I think it's just a matter of Carl's story in the comics at this point was very important. They don't have Carl, so they have to give it to Henry. And as a result, Henry's role is very important in the story now. Hence why he's in every episode. Animated Alex, crying is weak, alpha. Yeah, I know what you're referring to. I don't know if that's going to happen. They have already changed a lot. Not a lot. They've changed quite a substantial part of the Whisperers up to this point. When it comes to Lydia. They have, I would say, kept or fleshed out more the she's getting beat and everything part of it, but there's a part from the comics that they've not done. I don't think they're gonna do. So who knows? They might not do this specific component of the Whisperers either, like that specific scene with Alpha that you're mentioning here. I would want to see it, but I don't know if they're gonna do it. Animated Alex, Lydia. Not sure what that... Wait. Oh, because she wasn't wearing a mask. Oh, you're saying how did the walkers not... Yeah, when the walkers attacked, how did they not notice Lydia because she didn't have a mask? Is that what you're saying? Well, Alpha didn't either. Henry didn't either. So, yeah, none of them did. So maybe that helped in how they were attracted to that area in the first place. Negan's made a sandwich. It might be Judith who shoots the gun in the air. It could happen again. It could happen, yeah. Animated Alex. I thought it was cool seeing Dog get the arrow for Daryl. Yeah, that was pretty cool. The dog broke it, the arrow, but yeah, it did get it for him. Noah Jink 75. I am glad they are giving some minor characters like Henry, Connie, etc. more screen time. Absolutely. The only person that I want them to give more screen time to, that, and they haven't this half of the season, it's a little bit Carol, a little bit who's the Carol, and there's someone else, not Negan. I think he's got enough already as well. He needs a little bit more too, Negan. But Carol, and there was another one I was going to mention. Who was it? I'm drawing a blank. From Jerry. There we go, Jerry. I want to see a bit more of Jerry and Carol. And Beta, of course. Beta too. Noah Jink 75. Do you think any more of the characters will interact with Alpha? Because when Rick went to get Carl, Alpha had already picked her victims and came back with a bloody machete. I think they're remixing that a little bit. It's not going to match up exactly the same. But to go back to your question and answer it, I don't think we'll see another interaction with Alpha until maybe when we get to the conflict or the war. But not before that, I don't think. Animated Alex, do you think Beta and Alpha will have chemistry? I don't think so. I don't think they're going to have that in the story. It wasn't in the comics either. They hinted at it, but they didn't really reveal it. I don't think they're going to do anything with that. Negan's meal sandwich. I still think Alpha shows the Whisperers to our word. Oh, yeah, our word. Okay, I see what you mean. In the show too. Yeah, and I'll answer your question in a minute. I know what you're saying, what you're referring to, but the reason why I didn't say it in this stream is last time I said the word in a live stream, my live stream was demonetized right away. Not for, it wasn't, basically, limited monetization, but it was demonetized, basically. So I had to send it for review, and it took a week. So because of that, I'm just gonna, not get into it. We all know what we're talking about, so I'm not gonna get into it. But going back to your question, I hope they keep that, because that's very important. But they haven't revealed that yet, or told us about that yet. Noah Jink 75. So many people think Henry's going to die this season, but why would they kill Henry since they're upgrading his character status and giving him this big story, which is moving the plot? Yeah, I don't understand why they think Henry's gonna die. I don't get it. I think he's gonna be a long-term survivor for now, up to maybe at the end of the Whisperers arc, and most likely after that, he's gonna survive after. Noah Jink 75. Q&A, what are the chances of Ezekiel dying right now? I'm at a 65 to a 70% right now. It's 70%. I was just trying to be really specific with it. At a 60 to 70% right now. Rosita, I'm at a 80 to a 90%. He seems so optimistic, and while it's nice to see his positivity, it probably foreshadows his death by Alpha. His death has been foreshadowed many, many times in season 9 and 8. So, yeah, I think he's gonna die. Animated Alex, do you think Negan will even interact with Beta? I hope so. I don't think this season, but maybe next season, I hope. Noah Jake 75. I also thought Henry and Ezekiel saying goodbye in 906 was also another big foreshadow, because Ezekiel told Henry they would see each other again at the fair. Absolutely. There's been many hints. One hint in season 8 that I can think of was, there's two. One is when they released those pictures with heads on pikes at the sanctuary. There was one head on pike that looked awfully like Ezekiel's hair flowing in the wind with the, on the pike. Obviously that was just the saviors doing that, and it wasn't real people, it was just walkers, and it wasn't Ezekiel, but I think that was in foreshadowing. Another one was when we had that savior fighting Ezekiel, and Jerry just kind of stabbed the savior with an axe through the heart or through the chest. Remember that scene? The savior said your head is gonna end up on a pike somewhere real soon, or something along those lines. Another Easter egg. That thing you just mentioned with Ezekiel and Henry saying goodbye in season 9. Another Easter egg. Him being optimistic. Another one. Him passing that sign that we saw that looked like the head chopped off of a stick man, which is probably not what it is, but that. Another one. And Ezekiel said maybe we're done losing for a while. That's definitely a hint. That was another one. And then what else? The recent news that came out saying that season 10 is going to be his final season, or something along those lines. Either season 9 or season 10, something like that. That's another hint. So there's been multiple hints or foreshadowing for that. And yeah, I'm at a 70% right now with that. Faith Cannon 7. Hey Ash, hey, how are you? Glad you could join us. Nova Tink 75. Tammy Rose, I'm 100% sure is a goner. Yeah, absolutely. And she's raising a whisper baby now. Can we get any more obvious with something, with the foreshadowing? Negan's Mayo Sandwich. My favorite issues of the comics was 150 to 159. Which ones were those? Was this after the Whisperer War? I'll have to check. My favorite arc in the comics up to this point still is, it's neck and neck, very close, but All Out War and the Whispers into Screams. All Out War part 1 and 2 together, and Whispers into Screams. My favorite arc of the comic book. Faith Cannon 7. 1,000 walkers with some whispers and fire weapons versus a tank. A tank. Faith Cannon 7. Hee. No, I think 75. Q&A. What will Beta do once he fights? His fight ends with Daryl. Will he run off and report back to Alpha, or will he continue his pursuit of Daryl and company? I think if there's still whisperers around, enough whisperers, he's just gonna follow his pursuit to find them. If he's the only one, or there's like 3 whisperers, he's gonna find it to be the safest decision to go back and report what's happened. Noah Jink 75. Henry told Carol before she left that he would make her proud, yet he has learned nothing in blacksmithing college, lol. Yeah, the first day he got drunk, the first week, he ran off with a girl, or went after a girl, and then he told this girl about their house and their communities. I'm just trying to compare it with real world. That's why I'm saying it this way. But yeah, I mean, I don't think he's going to pass this blacksmithing exam. Let's just leave it at that. Negan's Meal Sandwich. Do you think we will see the neck-biting scene from the comics in issue 149 or 150 instead of Rick, Michonne, or Daryl? I think we could, but because that was really iconic in the comics, because Rick already did it once, and it was the second time. That's why it was iconic and epic to see. In the show, they don't need to do it. They could, they don't need to. If they give it to someone, I don't think Michonne makes sense, or Daryl even, but maybe they'll give it to someone else. Animated Alex, would it be cool if Daryl killed the Whisperer and said shut up as a minor callback to season 2? Yeah, he could. He could. Noah Jing 75 Q&A. How do you like the pacing of season 9B? I love it. I mean, every episode has been strong. I haven't noticed a bottle episode. There's been bottle scenes in episodes, but not bottle episodes. And I think I've enjoyed season 9 second half more than the first half. And I just love how integrated the story is, and I think every episode is strong. It's not perfect. There's great episodes, obviously, but not every episode is perfect. But it's a strong second half so far. Negan Smith Sandwich. I think we are in life and death row, or now from the comics issue 139 to 144. I think they're remixing a lot of that. They're bringing some of that in, but having the Whisperer story in there as well, with their before the war and stuff. So it's all over the place, I think. They're remixing a lot. Noah Jing 75. It seems like season 9B and its pacing is like 1 day equals 1 episode. Something like that. Yeah, I could see that. If that's true, then yeah, I could see that. Then it's been a week since Jesus has died. I could see that. Because this season 9, episode 9, Jesus was already dead, right? So that's, and it was still part of season 9, episode 8, like the same day. So 909 is 1 day. 9, 10, 11, 12, actually hasn't been a week. Maybe 5 days, 4 or 5 days. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. It's been less than a week since Jesus' death. I could see that. Faith Cannon 7. Are parts to a can or to a tank can't? What's a can't? Are parts to a tank flammable? Like if fire arrows land on some parts, and how many shells does one tank have? I mean a regular size one. Might not get through a forest with big trees. I don't know. Yeah, that's true. But I'm not an expert with tanks. I have no idea. I think tanks are probably not that flammable, but I could be completely wrong about that. Noah Jink 75. Q&A from 914 synopsis. Any ideas of who could be the outsider? I say it's Daryl because he hasn't been able to, or been to Alexandria in years, and we know why, because of Negan. I have no idea about that. That's the only part of the synopsises that I just don't know what they mean, what they're gonna do, you know, who it is. Daryl could work, but I don't know. It's not gonna fully work. Like if you read the synopsis and when they talk about the outsider, doesn't fully work, but it could make sense. Faith Cannon 7. The Commonwealth would beat Whispers most likely. Yeah, most likely. Novating 75. Q&A. When Tara and company get to the kingdom, will Tara tell Carol where Henry and Daryl are, or will she lie to Carol and say that they were running late or something? I think she's gonna tell Michonne everything. I don't think she has a reason to hide that. Negan's Smear Sandwich. A new beginning in issue 127 to 132. Whispers into Screams is issue 133 to 138. Then Life and Death is issue 139 and 144. These issues, like from all of these, that they're bringing in every episode. Like it's not like this episode is these issues, this episode is these issues. They're mixing it around, you know? Animated Alex, the pacing is smooth, much like season 2. I love the pacing. I mean, the pacing has been the strongest quality about season 9 in general. Noah Jink 75. Q&A, what do you think of the chemistry between Samantha Morton and Ryan Hurst as Alpha and Beta? I love it. Alpha's performance, I mean, Samantha Morton's performance, out of this world. She knocks it out of the park. She's the best Alpha. Beta, I still want to see a bit more, but Ryan Hurst is killing it. Lydia, what's her name? Let me make sure I'm saying it right. Something McClency. What is it? Something McClency. What is it? What's her first name? Anyway, you know who I'm talking about. Lydia, the actress who plays Lydia. Cassidy McClincy. Thank you, Noajic75. Cassidy McClincy. Um, she's great as Lydia. Like, her performance, when she's actually the focus and when she's not the focus of the scene, she's knocking it out of the park as well. Noah Jing 75. Q&A, what about the mother-daughter chemistry between Samantha Morton and Cassidy McClincy as Alpha and Lydia? I think they could dive in a little bit more with that, but from what we've seen so far, I think it's a great start to that. Getting that connection that they have and learning a little bit about both of their pasts. Faith Cannon 7, Casey. No, it's Cassidy, not Casey. Cassidy McClincy. The one more thing I do want to mention, because I might not have been clear, for the merch that we discussed, like I said, the promo code is going to expire tomorrow that we have for the 30% off, but the actual merch that I have are going to end this weekend. So the next time that they're gonna be rolled back up and on the store is gonna be maybe in a month. So you only have 2 days to like purchase anything if you want right now. We'll definitely have cycles where they're gonna be back, but for now, since I did this like 3 weeks ago, so it's been a month already. So there's only 2 days for that, the limit that we have. So I'm definitely gonna bring it back up afterwards in like a month when I have the when I'm authorized to do it again. But for now, it's just to this weekend. So definitely that's definitely something else that's important. I wanted to mention. Noah Jink 75 Q&A. What do you think of the Romeo and Juliet romance with Matt Lentz as Henry and Cassidy McClincy as Lydia? I love the fact that you compared that to Romeo and Juliet. It's not quite the same. It's kind of the same, but it's different in a way where I don't know. I mean, you could definitely draw similarities, but what do I think of it? I think it's interesting, but I don't want them to go overkill with it. I don't want them to beat it to death. You know, what we have is good, but I don't want them to overplay it. Animated Alex, who would you like to see go against the monstrous Beta? Negan, Daryl, Abraham would be cool to see, and Shane. But if you're talking about people that are alive and at this point in this, and Rick. But if you're talking about people that are in the story right now, I would say Negan, Daryl. Who else? Negan, Daryl. Who else is a good fighter? That's pretty much it. Negan and Daryl. Michonne maybe. Michonne and Alpha. That's more interesting. Or Michonne or Alpha and Carol. That's also interesting. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Nova Jink 75 Q&A. Do you like the Easter eggs they have with Beta's character? Absolutely. I did a video on that already. I think it's cool how his outfit has flash or throwbacks to Negan, Jesus, Daryl, and Rick. And Governor, apparently. The Governor has a similar belt too. Some other YouTuber said that. So that's another one. I love it. I mean, we didn't have that in the comics, and I love that they brought that in as something just for the show. I like that. We are 52 minutes in. We'll go for another 10 minutes, and that'll be the end of the stream. Faith Cannon 7. Who are these Highwaymen? I don't know. They seem weird and their symbol was there. Those walkers were barricaded with seats. Oh, really? I didn't even notice that. I don't know who they are. I have no idea. Obviously, they know about the communities and they know that there's going to be a fair going on. Noah Jink 75. Q&A, do you think Beta walks around with walkers all day like a normal whisperer, or is he usually at the camp helping Alpha keep things under control? I think it's a mixture of both. Negan Smith Sandwich, do you think The Walking Dead Season 10 will come earlier than usual since the finale is usually in the second week of April, but this year it will be March 31st? No, because I think they're gonna have Fear the Walking Dead start in June, after Walking Dead ends. So June to April, May, I think around there, Fear is gonna end and Walking Dead's gonna start right away or something like that. So I don't think it'll come in later. I think Fear the Walking Dead is just gonna come in a little bit earlier. Noah Jink 75. When Alpha beheaded that woman, Henry was like, my mother-in-law is batshit crazy. Yeah, absolutely. He was almost pissing his pants. Wink, wink. Animated Alex, Morgan. Oh, but he's not really in the story in The Walking Dead. But yeah, that would have been another cool one. Morgan versus Beta. Negan's Meal Sandwich. Eugene would kill Alpha quick with his pickle powers. Obviously. Noah Jink 75. Q&A, how creepy was it when Alpha was slowly walking around that Whisperer woman before she beheaded her? Creeps me the hell out every time. Yeah, like, that moment, absolutely. I was like, this is our Alpha? Wow, you know? Faith Cannon 7. Ryan Hurst said the fight scene of Daryl versus Beta is 3 pages. Yeah, he did say that. It's probably going to be around 20 minutes of the episode. Noah Jink 70, but I don't think it'll be continuous. I think we'll flash to, you know, Connie, Henry, and whatever, or Connie, Henry, and Lydia as they're fighting. Beta and Daryl. But I think the entirety of their fight, if you just put it together, it's going to be around 20 minutes. 15 to 20 minutes. Noah Jink 75. I also thought it was creepy when Beta was stroking the boyfriend's neck as Alpha beheaded that woman. Like, WTF are you doing, Beta? Yeah, that was creepy too. There were moments though when the boyfriend and Beta just disappeared from the background. That was a little weird, but like editing mistakes. But yeah, that was creepy, what you explained. Negan's Meal Sandwich. I think they are bringing this new group called the Highwaymen because to have more people fight during the Whisper War since they killed all the Saviors to fight. They could be a remixed version of the Saviors at this point. Noah Jink 75. There's almost no character who can stand up to Beta in one-on-one. The only character I see beating Beta are either Abraham or Tyrese. Abraham more. Animated Alex. I'm surprised Negan hasn't cracked the joke about Daryl with his crossbow. Hasn't cracked a joke about Daryl with his crossbow. Why would he? Noah Jink 75. Daryl versus the Jolly Green Giant. Beta wins like always. Yeah. Faith Cannon 7. Ryan is 6'5". And he's quick. Jesus could win though, but he got sliced. Yeah. Jesus would have been an interesting one too. Like, he might not be physically bigger than Beta, but he has strategies that Beta's not gonna be expecting. Noma Jake 75. I see some people placing bets on Daryl winning, and I'm like, well, you're going to owe me some money. LOL. Why would you bet for that? That's the dumbest bet. Animated Alex. Jared versus Beta. Jared. Who's Jared? Jerry, you mean? If you mean Jerry, then Yeah, that's another good one. Beta still would take Jerry down. But yeah. Negan's made a sandwich. Negan will come in saying to Beta, well, if it ain't Mr. Frowny McTwo-Knives. Again, he's in the cell. He's not free. So I don't see how that could happen. Faith Cannon 7. Yeah, get rich off Beta. LOL. Animated Alex. Huh. No, 75. Jared was a freaking prick. Or a effing prick. Oh, Jared, the savior. No. He's not a fighter. Beta all the way. Animated Alex. Jared, the savior. Yeah, I remember who. No. Beta would take Jared down. Faith Cannon 7. I think it's that savior prick Jared. Yeah, it is. Alright, we're 58 minutes in. We'll go for another couple of minutes of questions here. And that'll be the end of the stream. Again, stay tuned for my review of the last comic issue that came out. I haven't read it, but I'll read it probably tomorrow. Go get it from the comic shop and read it. And do a review for you guys. So expect that tomorrow probably. Noah Jink 75. I hope Henry survives down 13. He'll survive. Faith Cannon 7. LOL, Jared would get demolished. Absolutely. Noah Jink 75. Sticks and stones can definitely break Jared's bones. LOL. I like how you made that rhyme. Animated Alex, Beta versus Maggie. Beta, come on. Maggie's not even a good one-on-one fighter with someone her size. Negan's meal sandwich. It's been 8 years since Jared's death. Great. Faith Cannon 7. I'm thinking about episode 13. Daryl and Beta are gonna get it on. Yeah, absolutely. Let's do a poll. Let's do a quick poll before we end. If you think Beta's gonna win this fight, like kill Daryl or close to kill Daryl. If you think Beta's gonna get the upper hand and destroy or demolish Daryl, put a 1. If you think Daryl is gonna do it, put a 2. If you think it's going to, they're both gonna make it out and both are gonna be injured and stuff, but they're both gonna make it out alive, put a 3. Let's see where we stand. So 1 for Beta, 2 for Daryl, and 3 for neither. They're just gonna fight a little bit, but they're gonna both survive. So put a 1, 2, or a 3. I want to see in the chat. I want to see everyone's thoughts on this. Noah Jink 75. In 913, Beta looks super pissed, which is why he charges at Daryl first. Yeah, absolutely. He's even more pissed because of what Daryl did when he was up in the balcony. That pissed Beta off even more. Noah Jink 75, a 1, so Beta. Faith Cannon 7, 1. You think it's a Beta. Negan's Made Sandwich thinks 3. So Noah Jink 75 and Faith Cannon 7. Do you think Daryl is going to die? Is that what you think? Or is he going to be really badly injured? Noah Jink 75. Beta is big. I'm pretty sure Daryl will not even make a dent in Beta's muscles. Yeah, probably not. Anahum, hi. Hi, how are you? Glad you could join. We were like an hour in. I was going to end it, but I can stick around for a little bit longer if you guys want. And, you know, chat a little bit more. But technically, I should get going in a couple of minutes here. But we'll see. Animated Alex 1. So you think it's going to be Beta. Again, do you think he's going to just kill Daryl or he's just going to badly injure him? And for those of you that are just watching, what we're talking about is if you think Beta is going to destroy or demolish Daryl, put a 1. If you think Beta is going to, or Daryl is going to do it, put a 2. If you think it's going to more or less be a tie because something is going to happen, but they're both going to make it out alive, put a 3. Anna Hume, Daryl will survive. Not a spoiler, lol. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Daryl is gonna survive, but how injured is he gonna be? That's the question. Faith Cannon 7, Daryl will get badly injured, almost like getting bloodied up. I would like to see that actually. Noah Jig 75, yes please stick around. Yeah, I could stick around for a little bit longer. Anna Hume, what was the question? Sorry, and you put a 1. Yeah, I did say the question again. Oh, you say 3. She says 3 now. Yeah, so 3, it's that it's going to be a tie. They're both going to be equally injured, and they're both going to survive. I'm leaning more towards that too, honestly. Because they don't want to make Daryl look super weak, but they don't want to make Beta look super weak. It's a cop-out, I know, but I think they're just going to go with that and have them both equally injured. Noah Jig 75, Q&A, do you think we'll see any more characters get stabbed by the Whisperers? So far, only Jesus has. I think we will, but when we get to the war, the Whisperers war. Not right now. And I don't think it'll be anyone big. Like, not another A-list character or B-list character like Beta. Sorry, Jesus. But I think we will see that in the next season. Anna Hume, I think Daryl has met his match. His match and more. Noah Jig 75, I'm also getting very nervous as there hasn't been a major character death since 908. I don't think we're going to get a character death until the finale or episode 15. So we should be okay for now, for the next 2 episodes. Speaking of which, not speaking of which, but I just remembered. I was just looking at some of the comments that you guys put. There was a comment on a couple of my previous edit videos when I had like Shane meets with Governor or Shane meets with whatever, Negan or whatever. I watched some of those and I was motivated to create another one. And I did. I did a Negan or Alpha confronts Negan or meets Negan or talks to Negan. It's done. I did it. Completed it. Uploaded it. And then the file was corrupted. I didn't have the back or the main clip or the video anymore because it was corrupted, and I didn't have the clips anymore. Or I did have the clips, but I would have to, I had to remake it if I wanted to remake it. And I didn't feel like doing it anymore. It was pretty good, but yeah. I was motivated and I created it, but it's gone now. So that's a little bit of my frustration for earlier this week. And making it all work together. Faith Cannon 7. Know what will be creepy? The Whisperers go to the fair and start looking around and licking their lips, looking for fresh meat. My goodness. That would be terrible. Not terrible, like that's a bad idea, but that would be creepy and weird. Noah Jink 75 Q&A. What do you think of Michonne's isolationist, there we go, policies. I don't like it. I see where she's coming from, but she's being too selfish. Anna Hume, I think Daryl is crazy to allow Lydia to come along. He should have knocked Henry and carried him alone. I agree with that, 100%. Noah Jink 75, I like how in 9/12, Negan called out Michonne for abusing her powers for security reasons when she wants that charter that gives power back to the people. I really like that as well. I cheered for Negan for that specific scene. Anna Hume, Alpha seems more mean than she was in the comics. Don't you think? Definitely. Alpha in the show is 20 times more aggressive and dark and just creepy in general than her comic counterpart. Noah Jink 75. Q&A, do you think Michonne gave into the ideas of the fair because of Negan? Was it Judith or a combination of both that changed her mind? I think it was more Judith than Negan. It was more Judith. Anaheim drives you crazy when you do stuff on computers. It takes ages, then you lose it. Yeah, absolutely. I was really annoyed because it actually turned out pretty well. But when I went to upload it, it was stuck on like not processing, but uploading at 90%. But it wouldn't go further, and the video that I had wouldn't open. Like, I had all the clips, but when I was rendering it, it just wouldn't render right. So, you know, if I want to do it, I have to do it all over again. NovaJink75, Q&A, when Alpha and Company crash the fair, will they watch the movies that King Ezekiel will play? They could. Why not? Free movie. I just hope they don't put a scary movie on, because Alpha's just going to be like, you want a scary movie? Come to our camp. Anaheim, I like their voice, Alpha and Beta. What does everyone else think? Love the Alpha accent. I think it's unique and very interesting for the show. It makes sense as well. I love Beta's intimidating voice too. So I love both of their voices. Faith Cannon 7, well, at the fair, Alpha can stare and then act normal. Mingle, smile, and then stay low. Yeah, she could give one of those smiles that she gave in the episode where she came to the hilltop, where she's like natural selection, and then she gives that smile after she leaves, or she tells the Whisperer to leave the baby out. That smile, she could do something like that. Anaheim at NovaJink75, great question. LOL at SuperVideos. Which question? This one? NovaJink75, how many deaths by pikes? I thought maybe 9, but now I think it will be 12 in the comics, like in the comics. And Alpha will kill mostly minor characters. I did my picks once already, but I'll go over it here quick. I think Rosita, Ezekiel, Nabila, one of those teenagers at Hilltop, or two, yeah, no, let's stick with one. One of those teenagers, Luke, Alden, then Tammy Rose, and, wait, did I count that right? So, Tammy Rose, Rosita, King Ezekiel, one of the teenagers, Luke, Alden, who am I missing? I'm missing someone. Maybe an Oceanside member, if they come back. Who am I missing? I feel like I'm missing Nabila. Nabila, and yeah, around 8. I think around 8. Faith Cannon 7. Alpha watching a scary movie. She would be like, this is good, while eating popcorn. Probably. She would be like, you called it scary? Come to our camp. That was a terrible accent, but yeah, you know what I mean. Noah Jink 75 Q&A. What if when Alpha got at the fair, instead of using her southern accent, she uses a British accent, aka Samantha Morton's normal accent? That would be interesting. That would be interesting. If Alpha knows that accent, that could work. I kind of want to hear that now. Or see that now. Thanks for putting that thought in my head. Now I'm going to be disappointed if it doesn't happen. I'm just kidding. Anaheim, I think they're going to kill poor Nabila and Tammy Rose. No, yeah, I think so. Their days are numbered, probably. NovaJink75, will Alpha go to the fair, or will she wait for Beta to return so he can watch over the camp? Because I don't think it's smart for both of them to be away from the camp. Honestly, I don't even think Alpha's going to be at the fair. Because actually, she was there in the comics, and she did come to Hilltop without her mask on as well. We could, but there's she could, but there's a chance that someone from Hilltop could be there and recognize her. Unless she has Beta and the Whisperers, you know, looking around the hilltop, not letting anyone out, or watching everyone. Something like that. Anna whom? At SuperVideos, everyone who is happy, in other words. Yeah, pretty much. Like, think about it. That scene at the end, that scene at the end of the episode where Alpha shows up at the hilltop, we have this scene where we see everyone happy. I am 100% sure we're going to see the opposite of that at the end of the season. Like, what we had was Rosita and Siddiq being happy, and then Luke, or no, was it Luke or Siddiq? I don't know. But, no, not Luke, Alden. Alden and Siddiq or Siddiq. And, wait, what am I saying? Siddiq and Rosita or Rosita and Alden. It was one or the other. But they were kissing in bed and everything. So, that I think one of those is going to get it, or both. And then we had Luke and Magna's group drinking and having fun and enjoying themselves. Maybe Luke could be the one that gets it at the end, and then it'll be opposite of that, we might see. And then we saw King Ezekiel and Carol kissing. You know, that could be another one. And then we also had Tammy Rose, Earl Sutton, or Sutton, however you say his name, and the baby, the Whisper that they found. The Whisper baby. Let's just call it the Whisper baby that they found. That's another one. Tammy Rose, maybe. And yeah, that's it. So, and Jerry and Nabila with their kids. We had that too. So, I think we're pretty much going to see one person in each of those scenes get it. Maybe two. Faith Cannon 7. Good idea, Nova Jinx. And in a dress, maybe, and a wig, chop off his scalp, and then use that hair and wash up the face. That could be another one. Because her bald head gives it away. And Hume, Noah Jinx 75. So now she's evil, so she has to be British. No comment. Negan Smith Sandwich. I think Alpha will talk to Earl, the Black Myth, like the comics about the communities. We could see that. Noah Jinx 75. Q&A, what do you think of Alpha? Where Alpha's whispering voice. So creepy. Very creepy. Faith Cannon 7. It ain't no fair. It's gonna be a slaughter fun fair. Yeah, pretty much. Noah Jinx 75. Every single time I hear Alpha whisper, it creeps me out because it sounds so soft and mellow. But Alpha is terrifying at the same time, so it's a terrifying combination. Yeah. It's an interesting combination. Or back and forth. And whom does anyone think Rosita will die? I do. Or will it be Father Gabriel to change it up? No, I think it'll be Rosita. I think it'll be Rosita. Faith Cannon 7. Alpha's voice is cool. I wish I could hear a bedtime story from her. I hope she's not there when she's telling the story, but... Noah Jinx 75. Q&A. Do you think it's cool that we'll see a Whisperer with dreads? That Whisperer is seen walking with Beta in the Talking Dead sneak peek. Really? I didn't see that. Wasn't the sneak peek from Talking Dead the one with Daryl shooting the walker in front of Beta? Wasn't that the one? I didn't see the sneak peek you're talking about. But yeah, it's interesting. Anahum, is Kind Jerry finally going to lose his shit? Most likely. Dave Mancini, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm thinking instead of Alden, it will be Enid. Enid's head on a pike. And I think instead of Luke, it'll be Kelly getting piked. Kelly, Luke. I could see the Kelly Luke thing, but not the Alden Enid thing. I don't see that. I don't think they're gonna do that. Because Enid has a bit of fan base, but Alden has none, pretty much. And Alden is an ex-savior, so his death, integrates that into the story where it's one of the saviors too. But Enid's death doesn't really do that. Negan's me a sandwich. I think Gabriel will die or then Eugene and Rosita will get together. I'm still sticking with Rosita. I'm still sticking with Rosita getting it. Vipo 25 or Whippo 25. I think Ezekiel, Gabriel, Tara, and Cindy will be piked, with Alpha targeting all the community leaders. Ezekiel, Gabriel. Well, Gabriel is not the community leader for Alexandria. But I see where you're coming from. But then again, we have to think about this. She has to know that knowledge. She has to know that those are the leaders. She doesn't. She doesn't even know Tara is the leader because she didn't say it. Noah Jinx 70 or Daryl came up. So if anything, she would think Daryl is the leader. Nova Jinx 75. I say Rosita died because, or dies because she's been put on the back burner, except with her being pregnant in season 9. Yeah, pretty much. I think so. I agree with you on that. Noah Jinx 75. I like how Alpha is 1 minute stroking Lydia's hair and then the next minute slapping her. So psychopathic but perfect portrayal. Yeah, absolutely. Anahum, I hope it's not Luke, but I think it may be because he's so nice. I think so. Like, you know what we talked about before, the Symphony of Awesome or whatever that they talked about with Luke and not Alden. Yeah, Luke and Alden, sorry. With Luke and Alden, I think that might be a sign. Like, they might both get it. And not be able to perform at the fair. Something like that. Faith Cannon 7. Alpha might have a bag with her. She could have tools or buy some at the fair. Fairs sell tools just like the comics and she's giving them to other henchmen. We could see that for sure. Nova Jake 75. If Alpha did kill all the community leaders, then that'll be very shocking because those are leaders that she just wiped out like it was no sweat. Yeah, but then again, like I said, she would have to have the knowledge that these are the leaders. I don't think she has that knowledge at this point. David Mancini, do you think Beta will get his comic death? Or do you think the show will give him a bigger, more epic death? I think he'll get a bigger death. But I think it'll have the same spirit. Anahum, I can see Beta getting his comic ending satisfyingly. Aaron will kill him, getting revenge for Jesus, finally. Yeah, for sure. Or they're just going to give it to Daryl. That's what they do all the time, right? Just give things to Daryl. Faith Cannon 7. Alpha will fight Ezekiel. If he's the last big kill, it has to be a struggle. I almost feel like it needs to... We shouldn't see it, because that gives it away. That takes away from the shock. For Ezekiel, specifically. Or bigger characters like that. Nova Jake 75. I see Daryl and Aaron taking down Beta. I see that more than just Aaron doing it. Anahum, I think Alden and Luke will perform at the fair. It will be their swan song. If they both survive, yeah, they could sing at the fair. Or perform at the fair. Alright, we should get going here. Or I should get going here. So maybe last 10 minutes of the stream. I wanted to end this like 30 minutes ago, but we'll go for another 10 minutes and that'll be the end of the stream. Noah Jinx 75, Symphony of Awesome playing at the fair. If they both make it, yeah, they could perform at the fair. Negan's me a sandwich. Do you think Negan dying would impact the fans more than Beta's death? Yes. Faith Cannon 7, I mean at the end when they show Pikes. Let me see. I see what you're saying, but again, I think it would be better if Ezekiel's like dead, and then we get the reveal during the Pike scene that he's dead. Anahum, Negan will never die, LOL. Probably not for a long, long time. Again, I do want to mention this real quick again before we end the stream. So if you visit the link that I just posted, that's our merchandise store for the channel. I have a lot of merchandise there right now. Not a lot, but a couple. They are Walking Dead related stuff, zombie related stuff, and channel related merch. You can check it out. They're going to be available for the next 2 days. But the thing is, let me just go back and see. What was the... There we go. But if you go today and tomorrow and purchase, use this promo code, SuperV19, you will get a 35% discount. But it's just for today and tomorrow. But the entire thing is going to end in 2 days. So on Sunday probably. And the next time it comes back, these merch, it's going to be probably in a month. So make sure to get there and see if you're interested in any of the merch. Let me see. Anahum, how will Negan do the thing he does with Alpha? Will it happen? I hope so. I really, really hope so. Angela Kang, please make that happen. But there's a chance they might skip that. Or give it to someone else. NovaJink75, I think it might be Daryl, Henry, Lydia, Michonne, Carol, and Connie who discovered the Pikes. Yeah, I could see that. Daryl is definitely going to be there. Michonne is definitely going to be there. I think, yeah, Henry too, Lydia probably as well. So, yeah, I kind of agree, yeah. Vipo or Vipo25, it's no coincidence that all the strong characters like Daryl, Michonne, Carol, and Negan are not community leaders. You got a point there. But again, as I said before, how will Alpha know that they are the community leaders? Faith Cannon 7. I think Daryl, Michonne, Henry, Lydia, and Carol, it makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense to me too. Negan's Mayo Sandwich. Anna, I'm Team Negan. Obviously from your name. NoMagic75. I added Connie because she's with Daryl. Well, she's not with Daryl, but yeah, I see what you mean. NoMagic75. Negan is a human being, with Judith, like Judith told Michonne. And Alpha is savage animal who needs to be put down. Absolutely. Faith Cannon 7. Alpha has to show Carol the massive Walker army. Does that happen before the Pike scene in the comics? I think so. But they probably will skip that. I think they're going to skip that or remix that and bring that in the second half. Or not second half, in season 10. Anahum, if Daryl takes Negan's role with Alpha, there will be a effing Daryl revolution. I think it might happen. He might get the fight with Beta, like Negan got. He might get the Alpha Negan scene. So, yeah. Be ready for it. Let's just be ready for it. Vipo25, they might all sign the charter at the fair. I hope so, but there's a chance they might not all do that because of what happens. Faith Cannon 7, Alpha might choke Carol like Rick in the comic to show that dwelling on pain is weak. I don't remember that scene from the comics, honestly. That would be interesting, though, now that you bring it up, but I don't remember that from the comics. Anahum, I am going to ship Daryl and Connie. You mean Donnie? Yeah, I don't ship them. I mean, I'm indifferent about it, though. NoahJink75, it happens after. Oh, does it happen after? Then, yeah, it could work. It could work in season 10. NoahJink75, Alpha came back to the camp with a bloody machete, then showed Rick the massive Walker herd. Then that could be in the finale, too. That could be in the finale, though, if you think about it. Faith Cannon 7, I mean before they see the Pikes. Then that doesn't really work, because it seems like the reveal to the Pikes is going to come in episode 15. So I don't know. I don't know at this point. Anna Hume, I can't wait to see the Whisper Zombie Army. I hope we see if you say with Carol and Alpha. I hope we see what you say with Carol and Alpha. I hope we see something with Carol and Alpha. I hope so. They already compared them. They already set it up. They already foreshadowed it. Let's just get it. But I hope Carol doesn't take anyone else's story. I hope it's a Alpha Carol thing from the show only, or for the show only. No Jinx 75, if they do sign the charter at the fair, it will be short-lived because pikes. Yeah, absolutely. No Jinx 75, also for SuperVideos Entertainment, please pike the like button. Yeah, please pike the like button, guys. I like how Noah Jinx 75 put that. Press the pike like. Wait, no. Pike the like. There we go. Pike the like. Negan's meal sandwich. Connie and Daryl quarrel. It could work. Quarrel. David Mancini. What kind of injuries can you see Daryl having, if any, after the fight? Maybe a dislocated shoulder, I hope. Maybe some bruises, some cuts, things like that. Noah Jinx 75. Quarrel. Yeah, coral or coral. Coral. Negan's meal sandwich, the way he put it, it's coral, but yeah, coral. Faith Cannon 7. Carol should get Rick's part from the comics. Most likely Daryl is gonna get it, but yeah, Carol would be cool to get that. Faith Cannon 7, LL, smash that pike button. Yeah, smash the pike button. Anna Hume, Noah Jinx 75, also a 999 army. What's a 999 army? I don't know. Noah Jinx 75. Connie and Daryl, Donnie is much better, and what's being used more? LOL. Yeah, Donnie works. Anna Hume, pike the like. Hashtag pike the like. I might use that in upcoming videos until the finale. Or until the scene. I'm gonna steal that from you guys. I'm gonna say that at the end of the videos. For a couple of videos. Noah Jinx 75. Anna Hume, yep. Yeah, pike the like. I like that. Pike the like. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Noah Jinx, wait, one more. Noah Jinx 75. 999 Army is a YouTuber, but he does spoiler, which I don't tune into. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. But yeah, that's basically it for this live stream Q&A. Thank you everyone for joining and asking questions. Make sure to pike the like. Here it is. Make sure you press the like button or pike the like if you enjoy what you see, and tune in Sunday first for our live stream in the morning at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, or in the afternoon for me, 1 p.m. Mountain Time, and then for the reaction to the episode later. But tomorrow, Saturday, stay tuned for my review of the last episode of The Walking Dead. Of the last comic issue of The Walking Dead. Last 4 comments, and then I'll finish it off here, or end the stream. Negan's mayo sandwich. Imagine after the pikes, it shows Negan in his cell playing a harmonica. We could see that. I don't even know if Negan knows how to do that. Nova Jinx 75, pike the like. Yes, pike the like. Anna Hume, what Tim? Wait, what Tim? What do you mean, what Tim? You mean this? Yeah, Mountain Time, that's Canada, yeah. Faith Cannon 7, good stuff. Stay tuned for episode 13. Yes. And what time do you live stream normally? 6 p.m. Mountain Time on Fridays and 1 p.m. Mountain Time Sundays. Faith Cannon 7, Beta versus Daryl, place bets. I'm placing my bets on either a tie or Beta. Faith Cannon 7, LOL. And who Mountain Times like Canada? Yeah, I just answered that one. Yeah, thanks everyone. I will see you guys very, very soon.